hope you learned one or two things from Chine. Interesting interview. Today is a day that we are talking to people who have been running after for a long while, because I know I've been running around Seyi for more than a year. But when I finally saw the trailer of the movie he has been working on, I could understand. I could understand why he had to run away. You understand? And like before you came in, we were talking about your movie. I could say that from the trailer I've seen,
yes, sir,
out of the movies that are trying to do action movies this year, there are only two that I've seen that have stood out. Yours and JJC's skills. You understand? So we are looking forward to watching it. And for a lot of reasons, we are even looking forward to it. The part that you are co-producing with Burna Boy makes a lot of people want to talk about it. Let's start from that angle. How did you get? I see that Burna is doing a lot of things. I see that he has a soccer academy in Rivers State.
Foundation as well.
He has a foundation as well. But how did you get him interested in Nollywood to the extent? I've seen musicians, because of their friendship with Nollywood actors, come to do
cameo and appearance.
You understand? K1, Pasuma, Davido did one for Eniola Badmos. Simi did one for Kule Afolayan. You understand? But Seyi, all of them, they've done movies at one time or the other. Even Don Jazzy. You understand? Now, how were you able to get Burna Boy to agree to invest in your movie? Because I have never met him, but I read and I see that he is a businessman to the core. So how did you get him interested in investing? Because I always tell people that movie is like gamble. No matter how good your movie is, it doesn't guarantee success.
True.
You understand? So how were you able to convince him?
So myself and Burna have a long-term relationship. I've been we had like a working relationship since 2018. I did his first US tour when I was working as a content collectors. We did like almost like 12 states across US, and that was his first US tour. And then that relationship grew into now becoming like an official in-house content collector. We did the Coachella show in 2019 also together, and coincidentally it was the same year I started developing 3 Cold Dishes. So I stopped working with them. That's with Spaceship Collective, because I was developing 3 Cold Dishes, and it was very painful because the mom was like, no, we started this thing together, and now the brand was like the moment of acceptance from Nigeria of Burna Boy, and things were getting better. Like, would have been a very better pay in 2019 if I stay in, and I was just like, this is my field, like this is what I do. And I had a very beautiful experience working with Burna and Spaceship from 2018 to 2019 that I said I want to quit my job as a content collector for music stars or comedians with him. Like, I had a very beautiful story to tell based off our experience together. And in 2023, when we started shooting 3 Cold Dishes, and something happened during the course of the making of 3 Cold Dishes, and I have to do like refinancing, and that needs to happen very fast because we're in the middle of shoot. The only person that I know I could reach out to in my network was Spaceship. So I reached out to the mom. I told her about the story. She was sold to the story that we were telling, and the fact that it has never been done in that form. And if you know Burna, his brand is always, it has to be something that is progressive, one, African first, and the fact that 3 Cold Dishes is not just only a Nigerian film, it was a Pan-African film, English and French. Everything around the project just makes sense on the table. And when we run the numbers, so Burna is not like the business, but the mom is the business. She was the business person. And she called me to come when I'm in Lagos, just come through and let's talk about things. We already have like I say like my big sister, that's Auntie Bosse. And the conversation was just sweet. In less than less than 10 minutes of like running the numbers around 3 cold dishes. She just called the lawyer and said, yo, we're doing this Spaceship, the first film of Spaceship film will be 3 cold dishes. I have a very good relationship with Asurf, and it was easy to discuss it also with Burna because it's Asurf now. Let's do it, and that was how we got Space Film on board, 3 cold dishes.
So when is the movie I saw
coming
that,
out?
You already have a distributor.
Yeah.
When is the movie going to be released?
So it's coming out November. So across Anglophone countries, November 7, and then November 28 for Francophone countries. Currently locked down for about 26 countries across Africa. So West Africa, 4 countries in North Africa, and like 3 in Southern Africa. And UK is also in discussion, US as well, and Canada.
Okay, yeah. Tell us what makes I know you've done so many other projects.
Yeah.
What do you think makes 3 cold dishes different?
I think Nollywood is so big. Beyond Nigeria, we always see Nollywood as a Nigerian film industry, but Nigeria's Nollywood represents huge percentage of African cinema. Like if you go to the West African countries, you will see them consume more Nollywood films that are dubbed in French, which means there's something special about our storytelling style that they love. And Akonde gave me a lot of exposure to film festivals after theatrical run, and I was in Paris for like 4 different festivals across 1 year. I said, okay, there's something there's something we did with this film that the French seems to love, and that started it bettered my interest to want to study the French film style and then the Francophone countries and their cinema run. And when we were about to create 3 cold dishes, I wanted a film. Akonde was purely 100% Nigerian film. We were just lucky that it was able to travel beyond the borders. So for 3 cold dishes, I wanted a film that is Pan-African, something that it will be seen as an African film and not just Nigerian film. And it will just be like, oh yeah, it's Nigerian because the major guys or stakeholders on the project are Nigerian production companies. And I just love to be ambitious. Like I feel like whatever you're creating now should stand you for another 4 or 5 years. As at 2025, Akonde is still being licensed. He's currently at Oxford University, and there's still demand for it. And this was a film we made in 2016. That's almost 10 years ago. So if I'm creating anything now, it has to be something that could beat my previous record and stamp my foot beyond Nigeria. Might not be able to conquer or penetrate the West, but Africa alone is big. If you could stamp your foot beyond Nigeria and have voices in other African countries, I think that would be a good thing. And that was like his inspiration behind 3 cold dishes.
Okay, before Tommy, because I know Tommy is breathing to ask you
questions.
I've always wondered.
Yes, sir.
I must not forget.
Yes, sir.
Your name. How is somebody? You understand? Can you please tell? You always confuse me. You understand? So please help me with the confusion.
So Asurf in definition means greatness. When I wanted to like the birth of my career, I wanted a name that is unique, something that nobody bears, because I was also starting my company then, and I used to love surfing internet. So I was like, okay, let's try Vos. Yeah, Asurf. And then I would type it in Google to see if anybody bears it. Asurf, if anybody bears it, and then Asurf. There was nothing like Asurf online. Then I just said, okay, you know what? Register, trademark, everything, and it became a name and defined it. My real name is still Seyi Asurf. Okay, you mean the one given to me by my papa? So Seyi Amowa Asurf. Like I have to now make one of my sons to bear Asurf as an original name and certificate. So at least so that.
Okay, so my question is going to take you a little back to the collaboration with
Burna Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a brand, you're a non-respected brand. Burna is a fantastic brand.
Yeah.
Coming together, did you feel under any kind of pressure to go above and beyond with the film? Because you've done great things in the past.
Yes.
But this one now, you have more eyes on you just because they've attached another name to it. Did you feel under any kind of pressure at all?
Yes, I did.
How did you navigate that pressure?
So I think we had created something that was fitting, right? We had shot like 80% of Three Cold Dishes when we started the conversation with Space Film. And
how long did you shoot for?
We shot across almost 1 year. Oh yeah. It was crazy enough to shoot alone in Nigeria, talk less of like 4 African countries. So it was such an ambitious project. What made it easy was that I was proud of the product we've made when I was doing my present. In fact, the attraction was I did like a 2-minute cut from what we had shot and then shared with the team, and then it looks good. That is okay. You know what? This looks really good. Like, and it looks. It has some level of scale. Like, it looks good enough that it was easy for the brand to also be part of what we were creating, right? So that already gave me some confidence that okay, just chill. There's some level of acceptance to what you are doing, and there's some level of also respect from our previous collaboration. But them now coming on board, because the film needs to look like Burna Boy's film. So I had to go back to my team. Like, okay, yeah, it looks bigger, and then now we have to put all our whole in it. And
so I have 2 more questions before we wrap this up. My first question is: at any point, were you worried about when you brought it? Because bringing in someone into your film process,
yes,
can interrupt they can
the influence. Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Did that happen at all? Did you want it to happen? Were you expecting it to happen? And then, in terms of looking like a Pan-African film,
yeah,
there are so many other film cultures out there. What was different about our Nigerian kind of filmmaking that you had to also impute the French kind of filmmaking,
yes,
as you said earlier? That you had to also impute that. What was different? What were the things that were similar? And what were the things that you had to, inculcate in terms of French filmmaking?
We made film for audiences. Right. What is popular about Nollywood is the fact that we have more commercial films than art house films. And it's because Nollywood is self-funded. Like, so as a producer, you're spending your life savings on something, and you want to make sure that this thing looks good enough that people would watch or buy it enough for you to recoup your money. And we don't have funding. It's quite expensive to make a film. Unlike the Francophones, they have access to funding. Like, in fact, we were able to get up to like almost $100,000 for in the development of Three Cold Dishes, because it was a co-production. So that's an Anglophone Francophone co-production. So you can imagine a fully French film. They have access to fund, but that comes with a price, and the price is that the fact that you already have the money, you want to make a film that appeals to you than a film that would appeal to the audience. So most of their film will probably go to festivals, unlike us. But our own film will go to cinemas, right? Audience would love to watch our films. We prioritize the consumers than ourselves in making our film. I would say that's like the major difference between. And now they are trying to now convert and build a film industry. Because what Nollywood has done is now that we have a thriving and growing film industry, whereby 80% of our box office return, or about 70%, still goes to Nollywood films than foreign films. But they will watch more foreign films than their own films. So it's a blessing for us, as much as we talked about it and make it look like it was a bad thing that Nollywood was more of commercial films. I would say that's like the major difference between the two of us. You asked the first question, I can't remember.
The first question was about influence.
The influence, okay. So the reason why I said I wanted to quit my job as a content collector, or I did quit my job as a content collector with Burna, was the Burna that I met in 2018 wasn't the media Burna. I met Damini Ogulu. I met a sweet soul, right? I met someone who would value every member in the team, right? Who believe that if you're a photographer, yeah, even though I might have an idea, but your idea is supreme in the shot and in the frame, because that's your job. If you're the video guy, it might be tired, but if we need this content to use it to promote the next city, he will pull himself up and make himself available. From my early days working with them, I know that they are a respecter of talent. They believe that's your field. They've never done a film before. I have, right? So they know that Asurf have every skill, every required skill to tell what he's telling, and he has built it enough, like across almost 3 years. They allowed me create what was in the head, because that was what I pitched. And then if anything changed, that it might affect the the projections, right? So they allowed me to create what I wanted to create. They gave me the 100 creative freedom to create the film.
Okay, so I also have another question. When this film, I mean, beyond the box office,
yes.
you've made a fantastic film.
Yes.
Beyond the box office, are you looking at it going to festivals and also streaming platforms? Because the cinema, one thing we've discovered in Nigeria is that, aside the fact that yes, we have a cinema audience, we have a streaming platform audience. Yes. We have different kind of audiences.
Yes.
Are there plans to also take it beyond cinema, beyond box office?
Our projection for 3 Codices was based off the success of Akunde, because we did a lot of disruptive ideas with the release of Akunde. With Akunde, we did not just only theatrical, we did campus tour, we did festival, and then we end up on streaming platform. We did TV, we explored we did in-flight. Akunde was still, like, as of today, the most distributed Nigerian film on in-flight. Right, so we felt like that was with a first film with not as much of influence like we have. Right, currently we've locked down theatrical. I might not be able to disclose some information around streamer, but yeah, the streamer audience, yes, they will get Akunde 3 Cold Dishes sometimes after the theatrical run, and we're also doing the campus tour as well. We're doing community screening for 3 Cold Dishes, and not just only in Nigeria, but also across major countries in West Africa. If you have noticed that I've been doing shuffle in Abidjan, Benin, and Nigeria lately, it's because we wanted to do most of the things that we wanted to do in terms of distribution for the film here in Nigeria, also in those places, because we have actors from Senegal, we have actors from Benin, we have actors from Cote d'Ivoire, and these are top actors, just like the Nigerian actors also in those countries. So in terms of distribution, it's coming to every, including even TVOD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask the last question as we round up. And the last question must be, we've run totally out of time.
Okay, sir.
Just answer in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, from your own mind, why should I look forward to November to watch 3 Cold Dishes? Can you please tell us, those who are also in the movie, apart from why I should go to the cinema? Because it's
did we get a cameo too?
Things are tough.
I might not be able to disclose.
Things are tough now. Yes. So for anybody to bring out 9,000 naira to watch a movie,
in some places 12,000.
You understand? Yeah. So tell me why I should watch 3 Cold.
So 3 Cold Dishes is an original story, very beautifully told, and it has stars from Nigeria, it has stars from Benin, from Senegal, Osasi Godaro from Nigeria, Wale Ojo from Nigeria, Femi Jacobs from Nigeria, Ruby Akubueze from Nigeria, Greg Ojefua from Nigeria, and then from the francophone side we have Bamba Jam Bamba, he featured in Black Panther. We have Fature also from Cote d'Ivoire. We have Amelie Mbaye from Senegal, and their own Olu Jacobs, Mentor Bar also And then it's an adventure thriller, like it's a beautiful road trip mixed with thriller, adventure, action, and crime genre. So you're going to enjoy your 2 hours in the cinema, like beautifully told story as well.
All right, thank you so much.
And executive produced by Burna Boy.
It's been beautiful running after you for the past 1 year.
Thank you.
And finally, when we got to talk, we've learned and I have enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you so
and
much.
I wish you all the best in the cinema. I know it's tough now.
Yes.
I hope you are getting ready to dance.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Can dance?
I mean,
Can Femi Jacob dance? Can Wale Ojo dance?
We all dance.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.
I appreciate it.
All right. Very interesting time today, talking to Seyi and Chineye. From us here, we wanted to say, go to the cinema. Cordelia is still showing. If you've not seen To Kill a Monkey, you must go and watch it. And if I talk about a day in July and forever with numb days, I'm sure that by tomorrow again they're going to upload new ones. So, but make sure you watch Cordelia. Make sure you watch To Kill a Monkey. And Ireke is premiering on Friday at the Blue Picture Cinema. I'm going to be there. You understand? Thank you so much for listening. Till next week when we come with another interesting guest to talk about Nollywood. Keep